Today, we're going to be picking the worst UFC fighters by each attribute. The 10 attributes we have today are speed, fight IQ, cardio, power, chin, clinch, defense, striking, heart, and grappling. So me and Dylan have both come up with our worst fighters in each of these categories that are inside the rankings. Because if we went outside...
Then you could go with the worst guy in every division. And I will tell you, having to pick who the worst clinch fighter inside the UFC is...
That was the worst.
I was like, oh, I have no clue. Like, flyweight who can't grapple.
All right, should we just get right into it?
I think we should.
Okay, we'll start off with speed. I think there's two obvious picks here.
I don't know. I think mine might be... I didn't go with a heavyweight for speed.
Okay. I went with Derek Lewis.
Okay, that's fair. I don't have Derek Lewis for another category. I was considering him for another one.
Mm-hmm.
I went with Jan Blachowicz.
Ooh.
He's 70 years old. No, everyone, 70th birthday today. The first ever 70-year-old active UFC fighter. Everyone go wish him a happy 70th birthday. Oh no, we skipped 69. No, sorry, 69th birthday. Everyone go wish Jan Blachowicz a happy 69th birthday. How could I skip that one? But still, Jan Blachowicz, 69 years old, no knees, no hips.
That's fair.
You're asking that dude to run?
No, but, okay, so Derek Lewis, he literally just walks forward towards his opponent. He does not have... There was like a couple categories you could have picked for Derek Lewis, later down the road. But I felt
Jiu-jitsu.
True. Speed, though, in particular. The dude doesn't walk fast. He doesn't strike fast. He has one switch kick, a flying switch kick that he throws. And it's like, where did you learn that? He went to the mountains of... I don't even know where.
It's like when you watch Izzy's brother through the
exactly. Kick. Yeah, it is. It is like that. All right. I think I have the better pick there.
I don't know. I totally thought I already had... I just didn't want to use heavyweights for everything.
I know, yeah. All right, let's go with fight IQ. Dylan, do you want to start us off?
This one was another one that was tough because there was like a couple guys you could have gone with. I went with Michel Pereira. Zero IQ on this guy. Burns his gas tank out in 10 seconds.
Interesting.
Like, just if you had to ask if this guy was smart,
No, he's definitely not. No. Okay, I went with someone who's a friend of the channel, fighting in a couple, 10 days now, Yuri Prohaska.
Good friend. Friend of the channel.
I love when he blocks body shots with his head. It's really impressive.
I don't want to spoil anything, but... He might be popping back up later in this video.
Oh, I don't know for what. Yeah, his fight IQ is just very questionable. Like, I do feel like he has a path to beat most of the fighters in light heavyweight. And he says, samurai.
Shama.
What? No, he doesn't say that.
Shama. All right, moving on to cardio. I think there's really only one man for the job here. Shamil Gaziev.
So I had him. I might have him. I'm not going to spoil my list. I might have him later down the list. So I can't pick Shamil Gaziev, and I'll explain. It'll all make sense in the future. I went with Michel Pereira for his division.
Yeah, for his division, he's cooked in terms of cardio. But he did not go into cardiac arrest mid-fight.
That's because he didn't throw anything. He got to lie down on the ground for 4 rounds. Like, I'm telling you, if you take the average heavyweight, Shamil Gaziev is closer to the average heavyweight than Michel Pereira is closer to the average middleweight.
I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know about that one.
Let us know in the comments. Is that a valid take?
Dude, he cardiac arrest. He had to stop a fight because he had heart palpitations, man. They had to get the AED. Oh, this next one, I have no idea. Power. Who's the least powerful fighter inside of the UFC?
There was a couple options I had. I went back to our Pillow Hands video, looked at some of those guys, but that was a long time ago, and we, kind of casuals. We're hardcore now. We're kind of casuals back then. I went for Colby Covington for no power because, he'll land 500 strikes against Usman. Usman will just walk right through it, And it's not like I wouldn't say Usman has a granite chin, He had a great chin in the day, but it's not like one of those guys like Max Holloway or even Yuri had a good chin.
Until it got cracked.
Yeah. Who knows how it's going to be against Jamal Hill. But I just think you see Colby Covington always throwing strikes, and it's just like a little
Yeah.
Pitter patter, pitter, pitter, pitter. It's like he's kneading dough.
That's very fair. For my power pick, I went with Marab. No power behind any of those
Yeah.
punches.
That's fair.
I don't even think he's there to throw a punch.
No, he's not.
He's just there to like get like strike counts.
Yeah.
You know, total strikes for the round. More than Sean, more control time. 10-8 round.
The reason I didn't go with him is just because of the way he got into the UFC by that crazy KO. Go watch Marab's performance when Dana White was watching. He literally clutched his career.
Yeah,
because of that. It's
that's
crazy.
not canon, actually.
No, it's not.
It's not.
All right, let's move on. We got Chin. I wonder who Chin could be. There's only one person. Come on.
I really hope I picked the right person.
Well, the fact that you have to question if you picked the right person makes me think you did not pick the right person.
I'm pretty sure I picked the right person.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Johnny Walker. Yes! To this day! You cannot call me a casual anymore. Except for if you watched yesterday's video.
Wait, what was yesterday's video?
Streets Won't Forget performance.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I had the wrong idea of what we were talking about. Like
I don't know what idea you
I
had.
kind of just picked like the 10 best
Bro,
performances
okay,
of all time.
let me, if you guys haven't watched yesterday's video, let me explain just one thing. Just one thing that will give you an idea of how bad this video was. Dylan had at like number 6 or 7 Sean O'Malley versus a Contender Series fighter, and then on the very next like the one after that, he had Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm.
That was number 3. Or maybe number
Those
2.
two fights back to back are crazy work. I haven't looked at our YouTube in a long time. I'm gonna be honest. How are the comments on that video? Don't look right now.
I haven't looked yet.
It's gonna ruin my day.
I haven't looked yet.
It's gonna ruin my day.
Moving on. The toughest one. I have clinch. Who do you have in the clinch?
I actually think I have a good pick here. I think the comments will agree with me. Stephen Thompson. Dude does not clinch. Like, sure, he trains a bit of Muay Thai, but if you see him, he's either keeping distance or he's on the ground.
Yeah.
He has no clinch game. Buckley, I think the reason why it stuck in my head is because you just had Buckley outmuscle him, and then you just had Shavkat, who's the strongest clinch fighter in the UFC.
Yeah.
So it's like those two performances back to back just made me think, eesh.
Yeah, my clinch pick, it just kind of felt right when I was like, who's bad? Who would be bad in the clinch? Kai Kara France. He just likes to keep his distance a little bit longer for a flyweight, and when you get to flyweight, it's a lot easier to just take down a flyweight from the clinch or dominate a flyweight from the clinch than it is a heavyweight. You know? They're just easier to move. They're little
heavyweights literally just like they get stun locked in a clinch.
Yeah, they're just like
they're just hugging each other against the fence. It's so boring.
That's I don't love that pick, but like clinch, it's like it's so like arbitrary.
Do you see? Okay, I'm not sure if you watched the video I sent yesterday with Dan Hooker, the YouTube video.
No, I didn't.
So all of the guys from City Kickboxing, they're all wearing Kai Kara France merch. What do you think that means? Do you think they're subtly like
Fight announcement
building the hype up?
Kai Kara France versus Pantoja, like
Yeah.
313, 314.
Also, no, because, well, yeah, who knows?
Yeah,
But
it could be-
314, Miami. Do you see the dude, Taporia? If he fights Volk in Miami and he gets Messi to come, that would be insane.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, remember he said that like a while ago? Dude,
Dude, you know what I'm hearing for 313 now?
Dana cooking.
You know what I remember 313? I saw it this morning on the drive for Pereira versus Volkov.
What? No. Was that from Ruben Carter? That dude's a fraudulent
No.
scammer.
I saw it from something like legit.
You know what's funny? So this guy, Ruben Carter, if you guys have seen him on Twitter, if you look back at some of his history, it's like he'll do 3 fight announcements for the same person back to back. Just like guessing. Like there's no credibility. Like Volk versus Taporia, Volk versus Holloway 4. Like it's so dumb.
Dana really said, we'll do you right after this. We'll make it right. You get to go fight Poetan.
That's brutal.
Said the same thing to Mario
At what,
Batista.
heavyweight?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It doesn't make sense why you would have Pereira not fight the champion. You have 2 champions, and he doesn't fight either of them. I don't know. I was just like so confused.
All right, let's move on to defense. One, again, that like it just stuck out in my mind, you know, his bloodied face stuck out in my mind. Who do you have for defense?
For defense, Yuri Prohaska.
Oh, okay. All right, that's valid. That's actually really valid. I went for BSD.
Yeah, these guys both just literally use their head to block. or in BSD's case.
Yeah. Also, Moicano versus Dariush. I might pick Dariush.
Was his last fight, or like why would you pick Dariush?
Because Moicano cannot dominate Dariush on the ground like he can dominate BSD.
We dominate him on the feet.
No, you won't. Well, Moicano doesn't really hit that hard.
Moicano my money.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's why you're picking him.
Moicano my money.
You just put so much money on him.
Dude, title run starts now.
No, there's just no way.
You can't pick Dariush.
It's literally just momentum. Like if you're picking Moicano, it's because he has momentum. That's why you're picking him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's hot. He's probably the hottest ever been in his whole UFC career right now.
Yeah, I know, but...
And Dariush is old. He's got gray hair.
I know.
He's got gray hair.
How does Jan Blachowicz not have gray hair? He's literally 69. Nice. So defense, BSD, and Yuri Prochazka. That's valid.
I originally had BSD in there.
But that's valid. Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on. Striking.
Aljo.
I also have that. Yeah.
I originally had. I always had Aljo, but then I was like, who was a worse striker in that Evloev fight? And then I was like, they were pretty equal, but Evloev does have the fight against Alex Arnold, where
Arnold Allen.
Arnold Allen.
Alexander. You're thinking of the soccer player.
What did I say?
Alexander Arnold Trent.
Oh, Trent. Trent Alexander Arnold, the worst soccer player in the world.
I don't even know his full name.
He's so bad. Trent is terrible. He's actually unplayable.
Sold in
the most talent, like maybe the most talented fullback. And then they're like moving him to center mid, fullback, or like the wing, because he's just so bad.
It was in the Euros where he just sold every time.
He was so bad. 0 IQ. He'd be a good lack of fight IQ guy. But yeah, you really can't go wrong with Aljo at striking. He's not a striker.
The ones I was considering, like, I couldn't pick Bilal because Bilal's like pretty much Canelo right now. And then I couldn't pick Merab because... Well, I could have picked Merab. That was like the runner-up, I'd say.
Best buds fighting for worst striker.
Yeah, true. All right, let's move on. Hart.
Okay, for Hart, I went with Anthony Smith because he literally.
No, dude, that's so disrespectful. That's genuinely so disrespectful. I looked at his name and I thought about his last performance. That dude was going through it. You cannot diss him.
I'm not dissing him. This is me trying to come up with the most accurate list possible. That is my job here as a UFC content creator, is to make the most accurate list possible. And when a man says that his heart's not in it anymore, you have to put him there for heart. His heart is just not simply in it anymore.
No, it's so disrespectful. I went with Shamil Gaziev because he literally does not have a functioning heart. Yeah, that's why I said like it'll make sense, because his heart literally just doesn't work. Also, he did like, I don't know, it's tough. Can you call it giving up when his heart went into cardiac arrest, or is that physical or is that mental? You know what I mean?
Mental. It's all mental.
That's what I thought.
That doesn't happen to the strong, only to the weak.
Exactly. Gaziev has no heart.
Or the people who got a couple extra boosters, but moving on. Final category. Grappling, Lucas. Do we have the same person for grappling?
Definitely not.
Really?
I mean, it would just be so... There's no chance.
You never know.
I went tied to Ivasa.
I thought about it.
Yeah, because, look, when was the last time we've seen him on the ground do something?
No.
Actually do something.
No, he just eats it.
He doesn't, like... I genuinely can't picture him doing, like, training jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Like, in the gym, there's no shot this dude has ever trained jiu-jitsu. No. Imagine him locking up an armbar and just crushing you. Or in full mount. Like, you're like, oh, I can't breathe. He doesn't even have to do any ground and pound.
That's so fair. For grappling, for me, Shara Bullet. Just the way that he actually hasn't had to grapple a single time inside of the UFC, that's all I need to see. The nothing that I've seen. There's no grappling. He
should take lessons from Volk against Brian Ortega. I watched back so many classic fights the other day. Volk is a legend.
Oh, yeah.
Like, man, the Brian Ortega fight, the Yair Rodriguez fight, the first Makhachev fight. The first Makhachev fight is, like, one of the highest level fights of all time. I forgot about, like, we talk about it, like, I don't know, we just glaze past it so fast nowadays. It's like, oh, yeah, Volk versus Makhachev was a good fight.
It was literally number 1 and number 2 pound for pound in the world against each other.
It was insane, dude. And in Perth, the crowd, holy. Anyways, that's our list. Let us know if we got it terribly wrong.
Yeah, in the comments, go down. Let us know who the worst UFC YouTuber is. If you say us, we'll block you.
It's us.
Just kidding. Who's the worst fighter by each of these attributes? While you're down there, make sure you guys are liking, subscribing. Really appreciate all the love, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
See ya.